Good morning. My name is Soham Budhori and I'll be talking about compilers and interpreters, and I'll be telling you what exactly compilers and interpreters are, how they are used, and in which field they are used. Now I'll be talking about compilers. What exactly is a compiler? A compiler is a special program that processes statement writing in a particular program language and turns them into a mechanical language or code that a computer process uses. Typically, a program writing language statement in a language such as Pascal or C, one line that at a time using an editor. The file that is created contains what are called the source statements. The programmers then run the appropriate language compiler specifying the name of this file that contains the source language. Interpreters. Now let's talk about interpreters. In computer science, an interpreter is a computer program that directly executes instruction writing in a programming or a scripting language without requiring them previously to have been compiled into a mechanical language program. Both have their advantages and disadvantages and are not manually exclusive. This means that they can be used in conjunction as most integrated development environment employ both compilation and translation of some high-level languages. So the question here is, why do we need a compiler? So the answer is, a computer understands only binary languages and executes instruction codes in binary languages. So that there was a need of translator that translates the computer instruction given in English language to binary language. Hence, the accomplishment of the job of a translator compiler was invented. Apart from translating source code from high-level language to low-level languages, compiler has other responsibilities too. After reading source code, writing in high languages, it performs below operations. It performs a pre-processing of source code, gathers all the file required for the source code to compile, phases the entire source code, checks for any errors in the source code, translates the object code to binary language known as executable code. Now we come to interpreters. Why do we use interpreters? Community and disability service workers should use professional interpreters whenever possible for the following reasons. Accuracy. Professional interpreters ensures a high level in both their home language and in English. A client who is deaf may require a hostile or a sign language interpreter. Non-English speaking clients face linguistic and cultural barriers to appropriate health, legal, and community services. Due to lack of awareness, these same barriers may also prevent users from their quality service to all clients. Now let's talk about some of the aspects of compilers. A compiler bridges the same gap between PL domain and exclusive domain. The two aspects of compilations are general code of implementation, meaning a source program in the exclusive domain, provide diagnostic of violation of PL semiotic in the same source. Aspects of interpreters. Interpreting is a translation activity in which one produces a first and a final translation on the basis of one-time exposure to an expression in a source language. Well, interpreting is a ancient human activity which precedes the invention of writing. However, the origin of the profession of interpreting date back to less than a century ago. Now, the most commonly asked question is the difference between interpreters and compilers. In contrast with a compiler, an interpreter is a program which imitates the exclusion of programs writing in a source language. Another difference between compilers and interpreters is that compiler converts the whole program in one go. On the other hand, interpreter converts the program by taking a single line at a time. Interpreters and compilers are very similar in structure. The main difference is that an interpreter directly executes the instruction in the source programming language, while a compiler translates those instructions into efficient mechanical codes. Well, as we know, a compiler takes entire program and converts it into one object code, which is typically stored in a file. The object code is also referred as binary code and can be directly executed by machine after linking. Example C and C++. On the other hand, an interpreter directly executes instructions written in a programming or a scripted language without previously converting them into a object code or machine code. Example, Python and MATLAB. So I hope the information provided by me was helpful to you, and thank you.